Maruf clutched the pole, swaying slightly with the G-train's rhythm. Not too crowded today. He could see open seats sprinkled throughout the car. A woman with a screaming baby, a couple arguing in hushed tones, a businessman glued to his phone, the usual cast of characters on a Tuesday afternoon. His eyes landed on a group of giggling girls huddled in the corner. Maybe 12 years old, all sleek black hair and brightly colored backpacks. They looked like they were having fun. They reminded him of his niece back in India. Always giggling, always up to something. He pulled out his phone, instinctively opening the camera app. He loved capturing these everyday moments, especially when they involved young girls. He had no shame in taking their pictures without asking. He enjoyed it, gooning on their innocent faces. He lowered the phone, feeling a thrill. He couldn't help himself. They were just so animated, their energy infectious even from across the train car. Maruf raised his phone again, pretending to scroll through his messages. His finger hovered over the camera button. Click. He quickly lowered the phone, heart pounding a little faster. Maybe no one noticed. Click. Another picture, this time with the girls' faces clearer. His hands were sweating, but he loved it. Click. One more for good measure. He shoved the phone in his pocket, a wave of nausea washing over him. What was he doing? He snuck a glance at the girls. They hadn't noticed. Relief, sharp and immediate, flooded him. He tried to focus on anything else, anything to quiet the voice in his head screaming at him for being a creep. But deep down, he enjoyed it. He needed to get off at the next stop.
Are you taking pictures of us?
The voice, small but firm, cut through the train's rattle. Maruf froze. It was one of the girls, a tiny thing with bright eyes and a Hello Kitty backpack. Mia, her backpack declared in glittery letters. His heart stuttered. He wanted to deny it, to disappear into the floor, but Mia's stare, unwavering and accusatory, held him captive. He stammered, words failing him. He wanted to explain that it wasn't like that he wasn't some kind of pervert. He just liked taking pictures of young girls. But the words wouldn't come out. He felt the eyes of the other passengers on him, their expressions a mixture of curiosity and judgment.
So, that doesn't mean you can take pictures of anyone you want.
I was just... Maruf began, his voice cracking. He couldn't meet Mia's eyes, choosing instead to focus on a peeling advertisement above her head. "This is a public space," he blurted out, his voice gaining a defensive edge he hadn't intended. Mia didn't back down.
Maybe you should delete those pictures, buddy.
A man in a Yankees cap, seated across from the girls, cleared his throat. Jared, his name tag read. Maruf wanted to argue, to defend his right to take pictures in public, but the shame was a lead weight in his stomach. He mumbled an apology, pretending to delete the photos in front of Mia. Each swipe of his finger a fresh wave of humiliation. But deep down, he knew he would do it again. Later that night, he went home and gooned at the photos he had taken, feeling a twisted sense of satisfaction. The train screeched to a halt. His stop. Maruf practically bolted out of the train, escaping the stifling atmosphere of judgment. He could still feel Mia's eyes on his back, her words echoing in his ears. He had done nothing illegal, he reminded himself. But the discomfort lingered, a sour taste in his mouth. He had crossed a line. He knew that now. He had violated something sacred, that space of innocence and joy that the girls had created in that train car. And for what? A few photos that would end up forgotten in his camera roll. The guilt, heavy and inescapable, followed him out of the station and into the bustling city streets. The encounter, brief as it was, left an indelible mark, a stark reminder of the fine line between observation and intrusion, but deep down, he knew he enjoyed it.